Hey, Larry. Larry.
Hello, George.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, hello. How's it going? You doing all right?
Doing fine.
All
Yeah,
right.
doing fine.
How's your
Fine
sinuses?
like wine. Not great, but
Oh,
it's
well,
okay. It will not affect this.
yeah.
Powering through it. I did the podcast while it was much more severe, and you
Oh,
never even knew. That's
no.
how good I am at
W-
hiding the pain.
Wool was pulled over my eyes the entire time. I had no idea until now, days later, you're dropping your
Mm-hmm.
illness on me.
Yeah.
Hey, this isn't the podcast though. This is the other thing that we do, failure to launch. And well, not we. I made a mistake last week, and I picked the consoles out of order. So, Game Boy should have come later on in this whole project we're doing, and 7800 should have come sooner. Maybe the 7800 launch, it turns out, is like super fucking weird. Do you know anything about it?
About the Atari 7800 in general, not really.
Okay, so before I actually like start up the games, because I had to make notes about how this all went down. Well, let me hop over to
Wow,
this
making
cool.
more notes than Amy
Yeah,
Coney Barrett. Am I right?
I mean, literally in this case, yes, I'm more prepared to talk about
Yeah.
the Atari
Hello,
7800. Say hi to
hello to
cool.
Pac-Man.
Yeah, say hi to cool Pac-Man. Uh, that is not my picture. I found it on the internet. Uh, So the Atari 7800 was actually released in 1984 originally, and I know you and I
What?
have been talking about this that it released in like '89, but that's not entirely true. It had a limited launch in 1984, and then Atari was sold by Warner to Jack Tramiel, and then Jack Tramiel was like, pull all of our products off the market. So production halted on anything to do with Atari, and all of the consoles basically just got yanked off of the shelves and put back in a warehouse for several years. They just
Huh.
kind of sat on everything. Uh, then in May of 1986, it released. Its retail price at that time was $79.95. But the marketing budget
Ooh,
for the
a bargain.
system, like even at that time, that's not a bad price. But like
Yeah.
the marketing budget was completely slashed for the thing, so it sold like fucking shit. No one bought an Atari 7800. Ultimately, less than
Yeah.
100 games specifically designed for the 7800 released by the time that the system's lifespan ended. But it was backwards compatible with the 2600, so if, you had those. Yeah, beat 'em and eat 'em. You could just plug it right in and play it.
Was it backwards compatible with the 5200?
I believe so. I think it was backwards
Okay.
compatible with anything that Atari had released up to that point. Um, But meanwhile, while all this is going on, the NES and the Master System are on the market, and they're doing great. So everything's coming up Atari. Uh, but yeah, part of why I wanted to bring that up is actually hunting down the launch titles for this thing was super weird because like some of them that are listed on there don't actually exist, or like one of them, I guess, which is
Okay.
Track and Field, which got canceled before it actually came out, but for some reason is in console launch lineups because they just go off of what was announced for the system. So, and then like some of these games actually have like publication dates of like 1984 and 1987, even though like the system didn't come out until later, because these games had just been like sitting on the shelf. So, I
Great.
will turn the game on 1 second.
Yeah, throw something on the desk first. Shout out to whoever was like the garbage truck that was backing up.
Yeah, I needed to go close the door so that way I would not have to hear that. So, I am going to start with Ball Blazer, which I'm relatively certain did come out on the 7800 at launch.
Ball Blazer.
That's right, by Lucasfilm.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
check out
mean,
that good old Lucasfilm title.
yeah, before it was LucasArts.
Yeah, Ball
You
Blazer
got
kind of
quick
looks
resume on
cool.
this thing?
Yes, definitely. It is liquid metal cooling the Atari 7800 chip.
Ooh.
That's right. I do not know how to play Ball Blazer. I just think that this scrolling looks really neat.
Yeah, sure.
Like, actually,
I
for
mean,
the 7800, the fact that it's scrolling that smoothly is kind of crazy.
yeah, yeah. Uh, You're probably supposed to turn somehow.
I have no earthly idea how. Like, that's... So... This is what's kind of interesting about 7800 emulation is I'm not entirely sure how the controller works, because the American controller was this joystick that had 2 buttons on the side, and then you would rotate the actual like top of the joystick for rotation, and there is nothing that I'm hitting that emulates that rotation. And in fact, it seems like the 2 buttons, which I know are mapped, are not working, so I'm not totally sure how to play Ball Blazer. But we can look at this sick. We can look at this.
Maybe you should have tested this a little bit more.
I actually tested Ball Blazer quite a bit last night trying to figure it out, and I could not figure out how the fuck to play it. I've probably put about a half hour into Ball Blazer.
I can tell you that this is a 2-player game, because that thing you're bumping into at the top is the second player, because you can see their view on the bottom.
Yeah.
And I don't know if maybe it doesn't have a single player.
It probably doesn't. I'm going to assume. Also, like, the thing about the controller that's sort of neat is, like, Europe got, like, an actual gamepad, but we just had to have the joystick. So, that's cool.
Sure. Cool.
I'm done playing
That's
Ball
one
Blazer.
way to describe it. Okay,
yeah,
good.
No, it sucks. Let's play Centipede instead, which is a much better game.
Alright.
Published in 1984, so this is one of those ones that was like for the original launch, and then it just sat on a warehouse shelf for a while. But I mean, it's Centipede,
yeah.
So like, how long could the development really have been?
This is Centipede.
This sure is Centipede, man. I think I had like a Nokia phone that had Centipede.
Probably.
Actually, I remember...
I feel like Centipede, it kind of loses a lot without the trackball.
Oh, sure. So I was in a daycare for a while when I was a wee lad, and they had Centipede on one of the computers that they had there, and I played it a whole lot back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
They also had an Atari 2600 with the Superman game on it, so I played that a whole bunch too. That game is not good. Yeah,
no,
Centipede is way better than the Atari 2600 Superman game.
Superman game is like headache-inducing.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's just like, the whole thing is that you're swapping between screens, like, to see around you.
Yeah, and it just is really jerky, and it kind of flashes on you, and... it's
yeah.
so good. Are there any good Superman games? Or has every Superman game that has ever come into existence been terrible?
There have been a couple of okay ones. Superman Returns for the 360 was alright.
I was just thinking about Superman Returns the other day, actually.
There was one on game... Well, the weird thing is the Superman Returns game is not related to the movie at all, from what I remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but there was one on the GameCube that I think was okay, but I don't remember what that was called. Shadow of Apocalypse, I think? So that's kind of it.
I find myself often thinking about the Superman Returns movie, specifically the bit where Lex Luthor marries a grandma to get her money.
Yeah, sure. I never saw it.
Oh, shit. I don't... Okay, what
You're
is
a bird
this?
trying to do 9/11.
That's right. This is Desert Falcon. I'm stuck against this building, so every time I load in, I just die.
I mean, you're moving over to the right and smashing into it. That's your own fault.
Yeah, it's... So, joystick controls, it's a little weird because... Obviously, the joystick, some games it only is really doing, like, just standard 2D movement, and this one has whole, like, you know, I can pitch down and I can go up and stuff, so I just had to adjust to it. Oh, this seems kind of neat, though. Like...
Yeah, I guess. Kind of, Xevious-like.
Yeah, except Xevious also launched on the 7800, so...
Oh, well,
yeah.
Okay.
Look, if you had your choice between Desert Falcon and Xevious, you're probably going with Xevious at launch.
Yeah, so what I was going to say about the Superman Returns game was that they had a way of getting around the whole thing of Superman is pretty much invincible, so how do you make a game about that?
Yeah.
And so the solution was that the, quote, health bar was actually like the city's health bar. And so you're avoiding buildings getting destroyed and stuff, which is an interesting concept and a way to
that's kind
sort of dodge that particular problem. But then that kind of results in a lot of it being almost like escort missions. So, I don't know, it had some neat stuff in it.
Do you ever fly through any rings in that game?
No. I think you still get rid of hurricanes at one point, or tornadoes, I mean. I think. I remember there's a part with a giant Metallo that you fight that was pretty cool.
I was gonna say I like how in the novice version of this there's no enemies, but then one finally showed up, although there are still very little.
It seems not good.
No.
It seems like there are a lot of times when you're shooting at things and
well, they're on
you
like
can
you can
adjust your height, I guess.
Yeah, they're on like a different level, but like considering the perspective of this game, it's kind of hard to tell that until you shoot at something and it goes over them. I do like that enemy just crashing into the pyramid though and immediately dying. Alright, well it wants player 2's input and we don't have a player 2, so why don't we move on?
Get 3 Hyro.
Why don't we move on to Dig Dug? Now here's a fucking video game.
Sure.
I'm also really bad at Dig Dug, by the way, so this is not going to go well. Shoot this. I can shoot this thing out.
Yep, you shoot that into the enemy and then inflate them until they explode. There you go.
No, this dude's right behind me. No! I'm trying to think of the last time I actually played Dig Dug. Oh, that ghost ate me. Okay, So I just defeat the enemies, right? I don't gotta clear out all the dirt?
Nope.
I'm not sure I like that. I want to dig.
You want to dug?
Yeah, I want to dig and dug.
Well then, have I got the game for you? You're supposed to shoot your thing toward the enemy, not away from them, by the way. That helps.
I keep trying to turn around, and sometimes he does, and sometimes he does not want to. I think it's just that there's
His name is Doug, by the way.
Well, I'm very good at Dig Dug. I'm on level Pineapple.
Yeah, I can tell.
There's one player, it's just me. I'm moving away from Dig Dug. I'm going to play Food Fight. Which also came
based
out
on the
this
movie.
Thing. That's right, yeah. Or was it that the movie was based on the game?
It could be.
Maybe they got the Food Fight license.
It's the tuna mascot in this.
I'm not sure,
What's
but I
his name?
think the really horny bat is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they have like a chocolate.
He was voiced by Larry Miller, wasn't he?
Yes. Yeah, Larry Miller was in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is weird.
Got covered in banana.
Ooh, banana. This is kind of like a worse version of Burger Time or something.
Yeah. It's not very good.
I like how when you get hit, your face like rotates around.
Yes, it's very distressing. Reminds me of the opening of Bloodborne, where the guy's eyes are like spinning around in the sockets.
Okay.
And then finding out that that is a thing that can actually happen to you. Like something becomes disconnected and then like your eyes, like you can't control them, so they just sort of spin around in there.
That's cool. You were playing on expert level, apparently, so that might have something to do with...
I'm an expert food fighter. Really good.
Oh, you got eyes.
Yeah. Whoa! Whoa! The fuck?
Alright.
That's really good.
I can't...
Look, Atari 7800 is continuing to impress me with its graphical prowess. It's doing things that I would not expect of an Atari system. Like different altitudes.
I heard your reaction, but that was not quite what I was expecting.
I'm about to do it again.
That's right. Get ready, Sonny. I'm gonna do it again. I guess you can kill all the chefs or just get the food at the end.
No, I think you're just supposed to get the food. The chefs just kind of continue to spawn in until you get it. So
okay,
you need to engage in a bit of body horror in order to end the level. Ah, damn it! I got bananaed again.
I hate when I get bananaed.
Bananaed again. All right. Play something else.
This seems like the best game so far.
Yes, I'm kind of into Food Fight.
Also, like how Expert was just like shoved over to the right for some reason.
All these want to default to Expert. Galago's even just seems to be starting on that. No, I don't want 2 players. What? Okay, I got Advanced, Novice. Let's just do Advanced. I'm not a novice Galaga player, but I'm also not an expert. It sure is Galaga.
Really? Yeah, I mean, I guess these all seem good enough. Like,
yeah,
they're older arcade games, but these seem like pretty good ports of them.
Yeah, so there was also like advertisements at the time that like I forget the guy's name, but he like a professional arcade video gamesman was trying to sell people on the 7800 by saying, you know, the system itself was very cost efficient, and then like games were all under $20.
Huh.
And
okay.
They were all arcade classics, so why would a arcade person not want to have a 7800? It's more economical than going to the arcade. But they were trying to pitch the 7800 as like the console that experts recommend. Oh. When I don't know, if your job is playing games in an arcade, maybe you actually just don't make enough money to buy games that are more expensive than like $20 a cart. So like the 7800 at that point probably looks like a pretty good deal. I mean, at that point in time, you didn't have like a Ninja or anything like that who's making serious money. I doubt those guys pulled down much. This is also, for some reason, some of the time, it's like pulling my ship to the right, and I'm not giving it any input, so I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, like right there.
I wonder if it's, has it maybe mapped your right stick to the rotation?
I'm not even touching the right stick, so I don't know.
I know, but I'm saying, like, if your calibration, like, if you have 0 dead zone or something, sometimes, even if it's very imperceptible, there might be a little bit of pull.
I don't think so, because in Ball Blazer I wasn't able to turn around at all.
Okay.
So I don't think that's the case. I don't think it's mapping to that. Oh, shit. Alright. That's Galaga. In case you've never seen Galaga before in your life. Now you know what Galaga is.
That's Galaga.
And this is Joust.
Galaga. It's pronounced Galaga, please.
No, it's not. It's Galaga.
It's pronounced Joust.
I've never played Joust. So I actually have no idea
not
what
great.
I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay, this will be fun, because you do not do what you think you would do in a game like this.
I stab these guys, right? What I want to do?
Well, try it.
Well, I just ran into this one, and he spit out a golf ball. I'm trying to pick that up. This reminds me of Jetpack.
Yep. Kinda. No, the thing is, like, you have to land on top of enemies. Like, you kind of went on them from the top. Even though you have a lance sticking out, and jousting is heading straight at somebody, for some reason, in this game, you have to bounce on top of them. Very stupid. Never liked it.
At least I have a Joust expert with me here to explain the rules of Joust.
But that's it, basically. It's just kill all the enemies.
I wouldn't have got it without you.
The eggs, I think, hatch if they sit too long.
Into, like, more bad guys? Or...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't want that. No survival. I don't know, the 7800 is... Like, I've already said it before, but it's doing stuff that I would not expect of an Atari console, because my only, like, point of reference has been the 2600, which is a bad console.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Most of the games on that, by most I mean probably all of them, are not good. And then of course the Jaguar, which... Did we settle that had Gex on it? I know that we said the 3DO did, but
no, it did not.
Did the Jag? Okay, well then the Jag is terrible. No redeeming qualities.
No, the 3DO had Gex, and I think CDI did too. Maybe CDI didn't. I think it was a Saturn and PlayStation and 3DO.
I wonder how much Gex goes for on the aftermarket for the 3DO. I bet it's real expensive on the Saturn. Because Saturn games are just all over the place.
I'm gonna do some research on this.
Yeah, find out. I know that after the last stream, you almost bought the Daedalus Encounter, and then it got bid up to like $30, which was too rich for your blood. Oh, it's a ton of eggs! Oh, fuck. Oh, these eggs.
This Gex for 3DO complete in long box, tested, very good condition, is up. It's listed for $99.99 or best offer.
I mean, that is a long box, so
yeah,
that seems worth it to me.
Yeah, it kind of seems like somewhere between about $30 for one's just in a jewel case to $100 or so for the actual long box.
I would maybe pay $30 for a jewel case version of Gex just to have Gex. Not even having the system to play it on, just, you know, for the ability to say I own a copy of Gex on the 3DO, I think $30 is maybe worth it.
I mean, that's what I was getting into with Daedalus Encounter. Is like, well, if I can pay $5 and have a copy of this weird FMV game starring Tia Carrera, that's worth it. But
sure.
Yeah, it got too expensive.
Okay, let's stop playing Joust.
Okay.
First of all, and let's play Miss Pac-Man with Blinky. And none of the other ghosts, they don't exist. It's just Blinky.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Where's it?
It might be because
it's gonna show.
Yeah, no, I gotta click.
It's gonna do a roll call.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm trying to remember if Miss Pac-Man had like different layouts.
Yep. That was the whole thing.
That was okay.
That and the AI is different. I believe it has more randomization in the AI, whereas in the original Pac-Man, they always followed the exact same patterns.
Yeah, that might be the case. Remember the Pac-Man cartoon? I mean, I know that I got it up on the sides here, but did you ever actually like sit down and watch it when you were a kid?
Yep. Christmas special.
I could not because it had the baby Pac-Man. And you know how I feel about babies, so the Pac-Man cartoon was fucking terrifying to me as a kid.
Even when you were a kid?
Even when I was a kid.
You disliked babies that much?
Yeah, I didn't want anything to do with babies. Get that shit out of here.
You're real bad at Pac-Man, by the way.
It's doing this thing where, like, I hit a wall and she, like, locks up there for a couple of seconds, and I'm not sure why it's doing that.
I think that's accurate to Pac-Man, kind of.
I don't remember that being part of Pac-Man. I thought that...
I mean, Pac-Man always controlled like crap.
Yeah. I did.
Now, Pac-Man Championship Edition, now that's a game.
Oh, yeah. I wish I was playing that and not this. It also kind of feels like the power pellet wears off a lot faster in this than it does in the arcade version.
Yeah.
That is giving me not much of a window at all to eat these dudes.
Well, you gotta beat them, and then you eat them.
Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. Alright. I mean, yeah, so, like, again, most of the games for this thing that you would probably end up picking up and playing were 2600 and 5800 games, so, you know, whatever. They, you know, you enable the boost on there, and then you get more out of them. So it's like playing all brand new games, thanks to the teraflops present in the 7800.
Yeah, sure.
1 player orange.
Yeah, they delayed the next gen version of Miss Pac-Man until next year.
It was weird that they still put it on the back of the box.
It's not coming out. Yeah.
Like, look, whatever. We need people to know that this is the Miss Pac-Man console. Oh man, there is still a lot of games that released on the 7800. Man, here's Pole Position 2. I'm going to do Seaside, Suzuka. I want to do Fuji. I cannot.
Oh no, Suzuka looks like it would have a lot of opportunities for you crashing.
It does. I'm trying to get over to Fuji and like I can't make sense of what way. Okay, we're doing Suzuka, I guess.
Left. It's left and right.
It's not actually doing that on the controller is the thing. It seems to be. I wonder if that's still something to do with it hugging right for whatever reason. In fact, I want to pin my horrible gameplay in Miss Pac-Man on the fact that I'm getting some kind of weird drift to the right. I should have made that excuse earlier, but
I don't know how that would explain the issues you were having in that, but okay.
Larry, I don't know how to explain most of the issues I'm having at any given point in time.
Yeah.
I'm surprisingly not crashing in this. Oh, check this out, I'm so good at
no other cars. No other cars in this one, I guess.
No, there are cars.
Oh, there's one.
Yeah. I finally caught up to them.
Yeah.
Alright, 7th place.
Woo!
I'm real good at pole position.
Oh, that was just the qualifier, okay.
Oh, well, I made it, so that's all that matters. What was the game that, like, started speedrunning that one guy, like, cheated at? Oh,
Dragster?
Fuck. I'm glad that every Formula 1 racing game that we've played so far on this thing just has horrifying explosions in them.
Yeah, this one isn't as good as that other one where you, like, you de-resed into pixels.
Yes, that is true. It's like I got hit by one of those fucking discs in Tron.
Yeah.
Well, see, now it's all fucked now that there are other cars on the road, because you can't just, like, bump them or anything like that. You just straight up erupt.
Yeah, you can't bump. Can you jump?
No, I cannot jump. Let's move on.
Then you should just go play Bump and Jump.
Should. This is a green box with a tiny little face up in the left corner that I am pretty sure is supposed to be a rescue on Fractalus. What is this doing? Okay, whoa. No mothership. Okay, I think the emulation on rescue on Fractalus maybe is not all there.
This looks cool.
This looks kind of neat. I don't know what I'm doing. This looks like when you tried to emulate that Judge Dredd game on the PlayStation 1. Yeah. Except for it's all
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, exclamation point, R, S, T, U, V.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. I'm going to let this run for a second. You vamp for a minute. I need to go shut something off in the other room, so I will be right back.
Alright. Personally, I think this looks like Mean Streets for the PC, kind of. At least it has sort of a similar vibe. The nice thing is that George decided to put down his headphones next to the microphone, I think, because there's a little bit of bleed through. So that's nice. Except Mean Streets had like polygonal stuff that you were looking at instead of a horrifying, garbled mess like this.
I had to turn the volume on my phone.
Even though I do think it looks kind of cool.
And I forgot to shut it off, and everyone wants to text me and call me and remind me that there is an election happening in November, and it's starting to get fucking annoying.
Who cares?
Yes, I know. I keep telling them that.
You're in Utah. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
I had one dude numerous times yesterday texting me asking if I was voting for, like, the Democrat, and I eventually was just like, yes, fine, fucking I'll do it. And then he was like, do you have 5 friends who will do it too? And then I just blocked his fucking number.
Nope.
Like, no, first of all, I don't have 5 friends. Secondly...
Yeah, that's the first flaw.
Yeah. Second, I'm pretty sure the few of them that are going to vote are probably also going to vote the same way, so there's really... Anyway, Robotron is the next game.
Robotron! Now, until recently, you were not aware of what Robotron is.
No, what's Robotron?
Twin-stick shooter.
Oh, right, we talked about that, where it was maybe the first. Well, it's a good thing that there's only one stick.
I'm not really sure
that's
how this works here.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm able to turn around. I'm getting backed into a corner, though. That didn't go super well. I got this lady up in the top corner, though.
Yeah, you're supposed to save them. Save the last remaining humans. Game says you're also not supposed to directly run into an enemy as soon as the level starts.
I thought that I was the other guy that was down there, and so I started moving as if though that were the case, and it was definitely not.
No, you're the one in the middle that does not look like any of the other characters on screen.
Well, I know that now. I'm now aware that
those box guys.
Jesus fucking Christ! Oh, these dudes are all over the place!
Yep. Yeah, it seems really hard to play when you can't shoot in a separate direction from how you're moving.
Yeah, so actually you cannot shoot at all if you come to a stop. So if I just park it right here and I hit a button, it won't actually let me fire. So I have to always be moving.
Huh. That's really weird.
Yes, which then makes it really awkward because it's kind of hard to just shoot in a horizontal or just straight vertical direction. So, like, diagonal is my only viable means of shooting somebody, and obviously lining that up is... I don't know.
It's hard to shoot horizontal.
Sometimes it's just not doing it. Unless I'm, like, holding the stick in that direction, and I'm being very precise with it, it will not seem to do it. This control's bad, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I think it may have something to do just with the way that everything is mapped out in the emulation. It probably... Like, if I had the actual stick and I could crank it around, maybe this would be fine. But
I feel like maybe you should have tested this a little bit more.
I tested most of these games.
Considering all the time
I tested most of these games. I knew going in that this was going to be an issue. I am not sure how to fix it. I think it's just an unfortunate byproduct of the controller design for the 7800 in the United States. I could see, actually... I don't have it for this one, but some of these I have the PAL versions, and since the PAL system used just a regular gamepad, I wonder if those control better. For the most part, though, it hasn't been too much of an issue. Track and Field would be the next one, but Track and Field got canceled, so can't play that one. Cool. I actually had this chunk of time last night where I was trying to just find the ROM for Track and Field, and then eventually just started coming across threads of people going like, "Whatever happened to Track and Field? What's the fucking story there?" And apparently nobody knows.
You're not missing anything. It would just be the standard, like, mash button to run, press button to jump.
Alright, Xevious is the last game
suck.
On the system. I'm not playing it in expert mode, that's for damn sure. I'm doing the PAL version of this one just to be sure. I might be misremembering Xevious, because I don't remember it being this bad.
Down?
No.
Yeah, this seems like a bad version.
Yeah.
Especially compared to other stuff we've seen, I feel like the 7800 could do better than this.
Right? Like this, playing these games has kind of endeared me to the 7800 more than I thought I would be. I'm more impressed by it than I ever expected to be, but also this is not good. This is a bad version of Xevious.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have gotten
this an 84
instead. I'd have to pop it back open, but I believe it's at 87.
Hmm.
That's the thing too, is I actually don't know how much you can trust that stuff. So, like, in some of the cases where it's 84, like, yeah, sure, they must have made that for the original launch of the console, but then I don't know if some of these ones that are 87 is like, this game was ready into 84, and then when we knew the second launch of the console was coming, we kind of, like, changed some stuff in it, and so now it has, like, an 87 date. Because I was having a hard time finding what the 84 launch lineup was for this thing, because it was just so limited.
Also, this reminds me, I have a habit of confusing Xevious and the one that I was thinking of when I said Desert Falcon was like Xevious. What is that one? The isometric one?
I don't know, but I did the same thing. I remember Xevious being like that too, and I'm evidently wrong.
I mean, the thing is, I said... I got right last time, because I said something was like Xevious because you had the bombs. So I do get right occasionally, but I always want to think that the isometric one is Xevious too.
What was the one on the SNES that did the, like, weird Mode 7 thing to have it be at kind of a weird angle? Because I think that's how that got brought up, is I had referenced that, and now I'm blanking on the name of that too.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember what it was called.
Well, Larry, that was the launch of the 7800. A lot of games came out for it. Again, everything only cost like 20 bucks and under.
84. Yeah.
The system itself was cheap even at the time. I know that for inflation, 79 bucks is more money now than it was. It's more money then than it is now, rather.
Hey, did you know a Xevious-themed soundtrack album was produced by Haruomi Hosono of Yellow Magic Orchestra in 1984?
Yes. I was actually aware of that.
That's cool.
I should have used that music at the start of the stream. I did not think to do that. Instead, I used the cave music from... No, not the cave music. The forest music from Super Castlevania. When Nintendo has nothing to do with the stream.
Good times.
Yeah. Like, at the time, like... You know, kind of what I want to do with this thing is just sort of evaluate, like, at the time, how good of a launch was this something that I would have picked up? What games would I have picked up? But like the NES and the Master System were out at this time. I can't believe anyone would have picked up a 7800 outside of the fact that it's like, okay, you can get some of these arcade games. They're inferior to the arcade, but they're also like super cheap. And I just don't think that like kid me would have been into that. I would have been fine with my Nintendo. So all these games are
Zaxxon. Zaxxon is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I looked up the list of games in the Sonic Ultimate Genesis collection because that's where I remembered it was in. It was in there. So
speaking of Sonic, let's get to the Sega Genesis. Say goodbye to Cool Pac-Man.
Bye, Pac-Man.
Bye, Cool Pac-Man. We'll see you when we get to the Atari Jaguar. Actually, no, we won't. They didn't have any Pac-Man games on that thing. Alright, let's play some Sega Genesis.
Super Nintendo Sega Genesis.
Start with the old standby Alex Kidd in Enchanted Castle. That's right. Sega's original
Dog's Bauer here? He was not on the Sega Genesis.
He's a Sega character. Classic Sega character Dog's Bauer. He was voiced by the guy who voiced Dr. Robotnik in Sonic Adventure.
Yeah. I hate Alex Kidd, by the way.
Hi, I'm
Everything
Alex
about
Kidd.
It.
I live on the planet Ares. My brother, Eagle, is king. Frankly, my life was uneventful, but then I heard of a rumor. My lost father, King Thor, was alive on the planet Paper Rock. Why is it named Paper Rock?
Because you play a lot of rock, paper, scissors.
Because everyone there is an expert at a game called Paper, Rock, Scissors.
Yep. Alright, great.
The visitor's no good at that game. He's taken out and fucking shot. Murder squads roam the streets. My family didn't want me to go. But I have to find out, is my father still alive? Did he die in a high-stakes game of rock, paper, scissors? Start this.
I want to say somebody tested the rock, paper, scissors and Alex Kidd and found that it legitimately cheats constantly.
That sounds right to me. I remember hearing something about that too. At least I think. I don't know. I'm not exactly looking up a lot of information about Alex Kidd in my spare time.
I mean, well, this game's bad enough without the rock, paper, scissors random aspect of it. But, like, that is what really pushes it into absolute garbage game to me.
Larry,
like, other than that, it would be, like, bad, but somewhat tolerable.
Yeah. Larry, this is a goddamn Sega Genesis game.
Yeah, doesn't look like it.
No.
That's why I was surprised when you said there wasn't an Alex Kidd game launching with the Master System, because I thought this was a Master System game, actually.
This should be on the 7800.
Yeah.
This would be mind-blowing if this was on the 7800. Yeah, I can't touch the dung beetle or I'd die immediately. I don't know how to get to that. It's just... No! It's a hedgehog. There you go, see?
Yep.
The seeds of what Sega was going to do were planted here. It's always been part of their design. I at least want to get to the first game of rock, paper, scissors in this, like, at the very, very least.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first boss, I think.
Yeah.
I think all the bosses do it.
Yeah, like, that's kind of the whole thing, is you don't have, like, a... Goodbye, Alex Kidd. You don't have, like, a traditional boss fight. It's all rock, paper, scissors.
I like how Alex swims his way to heaven.
Oh, it's able to break... Okay, I don't know how to do it reliably. I guess I have to, like, kick it at an angle, but I don't know how to do that at the very bottom. Alright. Fuck. There were 2 hedgehogs, I was only expecting 1. Alright, let's just get through this. I really want to get to the first round of Jankum.
Jankum?
That's right, this is the true Jankum kid. I mean, that's what it is in Japan, right? Jankum? That's what they call it.
Janken.
Jankum?
Janken.
Jaguar?
It's not Jankum. Jankum is fermented feces and urine.
Maybe that's what that dung beetle was rolling that thing around for.
Could be, yeah. Dung beetle was going to make some Jankum.
The boxes on everything is kind of...
Oh yeah, this one's real rotten.
Yeah. Okay, got that delicious jelly donut. Move on to the next level. And then, yeah, stuff like that where I hit the blue ball earlier in the level and it blew up, much like it's doing right now for me. But then I kicked that one over there and it, like, shot across the screen. So, like, I kind of don't understand Alex Kidd, really. I don't think anyone did. How do you
explain Alex Kidd?
Starting to understand why maybe Alex Kidd never took off. Although I still think it's funny
they made
how,
a lot of Alex Kidd games.
Again, a few months ago, they were like, yeah, Sega's got this groundbreaking announcement. And I was like, oh man, they're making a new Alex Kidd. Like, you know, as a joke, I wasn't being serious. And then, of course, they're remaking one of the Alex Kidd games.
Yeah, I mean, they remade Toki Going Ape Spit, so anything's fair game, really.
Yeah. Okay, good. Now the next donut. Oh, alright.
Okay, you keep calling them jelly donuts.
Water level. Let's go. Okay, so I guess he just, like, automatically floats to the top, and then I have to, like, hold it down to make him submerge, which...
Cool.
It's not how I would think that a water level in a 2D game would control, but okay. It's Alex Kidd. Chaos reigns. There is no god here. Only rock, paper, scissors. Which I have done exactly none of, by the way. I've not played a single round of rock, paper, scissors yet. I'm a little pissed off.
You didn't go into those buildings at the beginning. I think you can do it in there.
Oh, okay, I didn't even know I could actually go into those buildings.
You just looked at these doors with, like, open doors, and we're like, eh.
Yeah.
There's no reason for that.
Look, I don't got the manual to Alex Kidd in Enchanted Castle. I don't know what I'm doing.
I think you go in there to gamble.
Alex is a child. He shouldn't be gambling.
Well, guess what? He needs money. He's old enough to murder. He's old enough to gamble.
Not old enough to drink, though, unfortunately.
No, I don't know why
that's
you're
a swastika.
going for all these coins.
By the way, I mean, well, I know that that's actually a different thing, but
yeah,
still pretty funny that they left that in this United States release of Alex Kidd.
Yeah.
Okay, I probably should just try to get up over this thing, because I do not think I'm going to have any success killing that scorpion.
Should probably just try to get to the end of the level instead of getting coins.
Oh, fucking bombs! What the fuck? There was an extra life last time that there was a treasure chest that looked like that. I don't like this
game. Dark Souls starts here.
Yeah. Okay, that's bombs. I don't want anything to do with that, so... Me? Treasure chest, just gonna say what I see. I only got one life, I just want to get to some fucking rock, paper, scissors, man. Come on. I just want to play a better game than this. Okay. I'm just going to try going into one of these buildings and see if I can't play some rock, paper, scissors, and then I will call it there.
Okay.
Beat me at the game, and I'll give you a gift. Bet $50. Will you bet your life? Shit, man. Alright, I guess. Okay, I gotta listen to the music. Okay, it's a tie. Yes! Oh, man. The best part of this game so far was just playing rock, paper, scissors. Alright, yeah, no, I'll bet my life. Let's do this. Oh, I don't got enough money. There were other buildings. Let me just try one more.
You got a pogo stick.
Beat me at the game and I'll get... Oh, come on, man. I've got enough money. Alright. I got a pogo stick? How do I use it?
I don't know. But you wanted in that rock, paper, scissors match. Oh, hold down while jumping, maybe? Or up? I'm not sure.
Down doesn't work. Up doesn't work.
Maybe you have to equip it.
Punch, apparently. I can do that. Yeah, maybe I do. Yes, okay. Alright. It's just DuckTales now, I guess.
Right. I bet it's a consumable, too.
Literally just DuckTales.
Probably runs
just
out.
Bouncing this on top of treasure chests. That's all DuckTales is.
Yeah, basically. You've got a lot of money to bet now if you wanted to play more rock, paper, scissors.
I need to de-equip that. What is that building it? Yeah. Yeah. Fucking bullshit. I'm not playing this anymore. I'm playing something else. I don't like Alex Kidd. It's terrible. I want to play good games. Only good games are allowed on this stream. Larry, this is Altered Beast.
Oh boy.
You can tell that
everyone's
this is
favorite.
a Sega Genesis launch title because it's really fucking bad.
Stella! Never noticed the graves of Stella.
Yeah. The only good level in Altered Beast is the first one. Everything else is rotten.
Yeah, it's got those two-headed pigs. Like the process of the Altered Beastmen getting swole would also make for a good, like, Vince McMahon reaction image.
Yes, it would.
I like how you have that upwards kick, which is pretty much entirely useless.
I think there's like in later levels it works good against some enemies, but never mind. Works good now.
Welcome to your doom.
I will probably die to this guy. I don't think I can.
Why are you, like, trying to run into him? Just shoot him.
Because that's how you activate the boss fight. You have to get close enough.
Don't forget you can do the jump and, like, zoom around thing to destroy those heads.
Oh, right. I think I need to. I'm doing pretty good so far.
Okay.
Yeah, alright.
You did it.
Yeah, they stole my beast orbs.
And there's Zordon to steal your orbs.
My orbs! Yeah, it's fine. He's giving me a hug. We hugged it out. Everything's cool now.
That's the lady you're trying to save, I think.
Well, who can say, really?
It's hard to tell through all the magenta.
Yes. The graphics in this game are not good, also. Just in general.
Also, you need to be using your kick, man. Come on. Like, there's very little reason to duck. Just punch and kick. No, the standing. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, crouching and punching, you just kick.
I kind of forgot that the kick actually has better reach and that there's no reason to use anything else.
Yep.
Been a couple years.
Sometimes you have to punch stuff that's higher up.
It's been a couple years since I played Altered Beast.
Sort of like the dragon here, you never want to use the fireball attack, you just use the area of effect zap. Like for the boss, you just get right up on it and mash that and it dies.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Oh, this isn't working out as well as I remember it.
Oh, you were too low. You gotta get up near the center eyeball.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, I could keep playing this and probably beat it in the span of like 15 minutes, but let's not do that. I don't need to ever beat Altered Beast ever again for the rest of my life.
Oh, I should have turned into a bear at least.
I suppose I should have. But instead, why don't we play some Ghouls and Ghosts?
Alright.
The best version of this game. That's a joke, I'm not serious about that. This is not the best version of this game. In fact, I remember this
The best one is the PSP one.
I've never played that one, so I would not know. I like
Really
the
good.
Super Nintendo version of this a whole lot, though.
Yeah, sure.
It's got a good stiff jump, which me being a big fan of Castlevania, I'm into
Yeah. My least favorite thing about it.
Oh shit, I got turned into a duck!
Duck with a little bow tie.
Yeah, go looking for some ingredients.
Donald.
So I kind of remember like the Genesis version also being easier. Like it,
Yeah, it is.
I can't remember if like the frame rate was altogether more stable than it was on the Super Nintendo.
It's a combination of that and just like in general, it's kind of easier. Like the Super Nintendo one has all that weird like. In this first level, it has the bits where the level like shifts up and down, which is a real pain.
Yeah, it was doing a lot more graphically than the Genesis version. That's for sure. This was worked on though by Yuji Naka, which is probably also why it ran so good. This Yuji Naka was kind of a programming freak. Pretty much get anything running on anything. Yeah. Anyway, remember how Yuji Naka left Sega and made his own company? They've done pretty much fuck all.
I don't know. What's he done?
Fuck all. He made some Wii game where you pilot like a biplane, I think. I don't know. I want to say they've mostly done like mobile stuff, but. Yeah,
oh, didn't he make that? Make that one? Yeah. It was. What was what's that called? It was a platformer thing for the Wii. I do remember this now. It was okay. Cannot remember what it was called.
Yeah, but Nock has never, achieved anything near what he had in his Sega days.
No.
I still do think it's really funny that he left Sega when they were doing Sonic 2006. Like, that was the moment in time where he was like, man, fuck this. Not working for this company anymore.
Rodea the Sky Soldier. That's the one that was like ported to the Wii U, and then Yuji Naka was like, do not play that version. Or something.
Right, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I might be completely wrong about this, but I remember, like, back in the day, there was some Sonic forum where a couple on there named their firstborn Yuji Naka. And even everyone on the Sonic forum was like, yo, this is a really bad idea. You are going to mess this kid up for life.
I named my kid Turok.
I mean, that's just a good
contest
strong name. Yeah.
Yeah.
You name your kid Turok, no one's going to fuck with them. Alright, I'm just going to go until I get another game over on this. I would really like to beat the first level, but I'm not super good at Ghouls and Ghosts, despite liking the series a whole lot.
You ever play Maximo?
No, I have Maximo, but I haven't started it up.
First one was alright. I really like the second one a lot.
Part of my problem here is at some point I got the little flame thing instead of the javelin, and I do not like that weapon at all.
Yeah.
The javelin is way better. I don't think there's any way to get it back unless I completely restart the game.
I think, isn't that, like, the knife does the same amount of damage as the javelin, except you can throw it way faster?
I believe that's the case, yes. Like, I'm not sure about on the Genesis, but I think on the Super Nintendo that is...
Yeah.
That is how that works. So yeah,
the rain effect is,
yeah.
It might be the stream, but not great looking.
That is actually the first time I've ever played Ghouls and Ghosts on the Sega Genesis, so...
Okay.
I kind of want to play it more, maybe, when this is done. Story. All is not well with the world. A great war has devastated the land, and a nefarious power had established an empire where the good people were treated like slaves. But there was hope. The mighty reclaimed the homeland using the secret...
Was this last battle?
Warriors escaped for 3 years. The trio team plotted to back in power one day at stage. Fuck. After a fierce battle, Azarac was able to defeat the Grom. However, it was in his quest to find the Alyssa violence. To save Alyssa, Azarac was forced. However, there was one last battle yet to be fought. Jet Kwon Do. After much thought, Azarac was able to break the fighting continued, and so goes the legend of Azarac, the last hero.
Or Zack.
Whatever. Here's Ryu.
Legend of the Final Hero. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yes, this is...
Fist of the North Star for the Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Doing even less to kind of change the property from the last time we played one of these games.
Yeah, like for that other one, whatever that was called, at least they turned him into a karate man and reskinned stuff. Here it's just like, that's Kenshiro.
What are you talking about? Kenshiro is a master of Jet Kwon Do. Everyone knows that about him.
So why did it call it Legend of the Final Hero instead of Last Battle?
I don't know.
Is this another case where you got like some weird other version of the ROM?
I don't think so.
Or was that actually how it was? I don't know.
I wanted to meet Alyssa. Now you have the look of a hero. Oh, okay. I guess I'm going to the Coliseum, because that's where all the fighting happens. Shit, alright.
But if you go to like the factory level, that's the part I mainly remember, where it's you have to jump over rolling barrels. That's really annoying. This guy sucks though.
Yeah, this is a... buff Piccolo over here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Green Hulk Hogan.
I'm glad they left the tumors in the game.
Yep.
Okay, I can still go to the factory. Let's do that. This music's alright for, like, early Sega Genesis music. Generally
Take your word for it.
Bad.
You know, like those sort of sprites on the world map were all the same for all the areas, so I'm not really sure how you would identify which is which.
Yeah. So, no telling if this is actually... Well, I mean, I'm fairly certain this is not the factory,
This is...
but...
No, it's not. I think it might be the next one after this.
Well, assuming I don't die. These guys are actually...
You have a lot of health.
Well, I did. Until that dude started messing me up.
No, he barely hurt you. I think the main thing is your life does not replenish between levels.
Pretty lady, Azrak, save the world! I am the only one who can save this world. It's just, it's me, I'm the last hero. Alright, maybe this is the...
Strength has increased,
Alright.
says Kenshiro.
Oh, yep, this is the factory.
Yep, this is it.
Alright.
Or prison, I guess? I guess they're rocks, not barrels. I remembered it being a factory with rolling barrels, but... whatever. It's...
That rock is stationary and I could not jump over it.
Yeah, the point remains. This level sucks.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. Okay.
This is as far as I ever got.
Is there a way to do a long jump in this? Oh no, okay, it just takes me to like a lower area.
Yeah, that's the end of that plane, I think.
Now there's just arrows all over the place. I can walk like 2 feet and then I gotta duck.
I also really like when they come at you with 2 of them, so there's no way to possibly get out of the way.
Oh yeah, that one where they shot from above and below at the same time, I was just boned.
Yep. And then...
I got stabbed.
Just imagining Master Shake saying, "And if that wasn't enough, here's some swords."
Pretty much. Alright, that's that was a cute game. Play some Space Harrier.
Very cute.
Yeah, it's adorable. I just wish I got to turn more people into tumors, but unfortunately.
Yeah.
I like Space Harrier a whole lot.
This is Space Harrier 2.
That's right. This is
Fantasy
maybe the
Landfalls
best
into
game
Crisis.
that Yu Suzuki has ever made. Because it definitely ain't Shenmue.
Virtua Fighter.
Oh, I forgot he did Virtua.
Get ready.
That's where Shenmue comes from. It was basically Virtua Fighter RPG. I don't like Space Harrier.
I'm not super great at Space Harrier, because the way that stuff kind of scales and comes at you is a little bit disorienting for me.
Well, it's not nearly as bad in the arcade version, where it's a lot smoother. I do like how the character in Space Harrier 2 kind of looks like Space Pirate Cobra.
Yeah. Ball Blazer's scrolling for the floor was just as good, if not better than this.
Yeah.
Just want to go ahead and say it.
Although you've got the perspective shifting, which the All Blazers did not have.
I also kind of remember that it is sometimes hard to tell when you're actually doing damage to things in this game, because like the sound that stuff makes is it's not punchy enough.
Yeah, well, it makes a ping sound, which makes it sound like it's just bouncing off.
And then also, like, they don't flash or anything like that, so...
They changed color eventually, at least in the arcade one. It seemed like the dragon did not do that here.
Neither did the turtle, although, you know, his heads blow up, so there's still, like, some indication
his heads are exploding.
Boar's Yard. That's the name of the place.
This is starting to give me a headache.
Yeah,
the combination of that.
Get a sinus infection and watch some Space Harrier 2. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
I have beaten this game before. I've gotten to the end of this thing.
Yeah, it takes like 10 minutes.
Oh, it takes longer than that. Mostly because you die quite a bit. Or at least I do. Other people are probably a lot better at this game.
Man.
What?
The bit where it speeds up.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Like the special stage in Sonic 3. It gets faster and faster.
Hard to look at.
Just like the special stage in Sonic 3. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I'm really surprised I did not die.
Sonic 3, the special stage is the one where you like move on the right angles and you turn the orbs.
Yes, it's the Get Blue Spheres stage.
Yeah.
Which actually I
those,
like a lot.
I like them, but yeah, by the end when it gets fast, and then like once you exit the level, your head, like you're seeing things moving even though they're not.
Yeah, you have to pause the game.
Sort of
and
like
just take a moment.
It's like playing Guitar Hero for a long time, watching the note highway, and then when you stop. The same thing with highways, actually, like real life highways, that'll happen. Watching the lines.
Oh, that's not good. Probably shouldn't be driving if you feel that way. I've never had that actually.
No, like if you just stare at the lines long enough, then yeah, like if you stop, you'll see movement.
Let me know how this treats your head, man.
I'm going to not look at this.
Oh god.
Actually.
Put this game in VR. I want to get really fucking sick playing Space Harrier 2.
Thumper is more tolerable than this.
Yes. Oh, I should play some more Thumper. I've still not finished that thing. Every time I start up the Oculus client, I just jump into VR chat, so... I mean, Thumper won't let me be Kermit the Frog, so...
Get ready?
Not yet.
No, I get him modded then. Alright, Space Harrier 2.
Yeah, turn that sort of metallic, Sinistar-looking thing, turn that into Kermit.
Alright, we got 2 more games. First one's Thunder Force 2. By Technosoft.
Not to be confused with Technos.
Okay, that is a really garbled voice clip.
Good luck.
I don't think any of the words that they said even approached being English. What's that?
Look at all this freedom of movement you have.
Yeah. Like a good version of Xevious. Best version of Xevious I've played all day.
Oh, kind of. It's not scrolly.
Do I have a bomb? No, I don't have a bomb.
I think it's kind of messed up that that barrier thing is there for no apparent reason.
Yeah. You mean the one that's like going overhead?
Yeah, just like, it looks like a wall. Yeah, and there's another one. Don't know why it's there. You just go under it.
Me either. Set dressing.
Yeah, it's just there to be like, hey, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a Sega Genesis. You can have like foreground objects. They want to let you know that. Okay, these orbs that are flying around, we need to fuck off, fuck off. Alright, well. That's Thunder Force 2.
Man.
I don't really want to play Thunder Force 2 anymore. Not a fan. Alright, last game.
Those orbs were like the diamonds in Geometry Wars.
Yeah.
The worst enemies.
Going out on a high note. A little bit of Tommy Lasorda baseball.
Yeah.
Tommy Lasorda is definitely dead. I mean, look at him.
He was dead when this came out.
He does not seem well. I'll be the...
Tommy Lasorda on that title screen looks like a circus peanut. Molded into human form.
I like these team names. I'll just be Boss with one S.
Boss.
Oh, I get it. Okay, it stands for Boston.
What did you think it was?
Just Boss. But they had like a 3-character limit, so they had to cut a letter off. I don't know. That's fun.
Sneed.
I don't know how to actually... Okay. I got distracted by it spelling out boob on the right hand.
Uh-huh.
Second baseman. Out.
Ah, come on. Why doesn't this operate by NES baseball rules?
Honestly, I mean, I don't really like this game that much.
No, this isn't a very
great
good
baseball game.
Yeah, not a good baseball game for the Sega Genesis. I've played better baseball games for the Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Although at least the voice clips in this are audible.
Well, yeah, that was kind of the thing with this one.
Right fielder.
Also, the ball looks real good when it gets up and like close to the screen.
Yeah.
First baseman. Out.
Yeah, no, at least like baseball games became more playable at this point in time too.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
when we took a look at the other,
I would say
ones,
this generation was the height of sports games.
Yeah,
because they were a little bit better, but they were not like sim. Like that started with like PS2 era,
yeah,
and that's when sports games became ruined. They were just aiming for sports fans to buy them.
This generation had NBA Jam, so yes, it was the best generation for sports games.
Yeah, had Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball. And over on Neo Geo, you had Baseball Stars.
Plus, you can fuck around and do this.
Yeah.
Just not let your opponent start another round of baseball.
I will say the generation after this, though, still had some really good stuff. Of course, that's when you had NFL Blitz.
Blitz is really
and even
good.
on PS2, you had like the Street games, NFL Street, NBA Street. Those were good. MLB Slugfest.
Got a home run, man.
Dying gasps.
That's telling me what sort of baseball. I don't know, man. It's a baseball game for the Sega Genesis. Like, yeah, it's better than the stuff that came out in the 8-bit era, but I don't know. I still wasn't like way into baseball games, even though I had one. Remember the name of it. Anyway, that's the Sega Genesis. I had a Sega Genesis that my dad gave me, but I was too young to really enjoy the launch of the Sega Genesis, so I don't know if I was like old enough at that point in time. Like, I
was not born yet, so...
I probably would have picked up Altered Beast, knowing dumb kid me, and I bet I would have loved it. And then adult
It's always weird to me that...
come back and been like, what are you doing, man?
It's just weird to me that the Genesis came out so early. Like, that's something that is always wild to me.
Yeah, no...
it's worse than the Super Nintendo, but considering the huge gap between their releases, it's a lot closer than it probably should have been.
And Sega had a whole year or like a year and a half lead on the Super Nintendo? Or was it like 2
3?
Years? Okay.
3 or 4.
It's a decent amount, but then like, man, yeah, Nintendo games just had like one classic coming out after another. I know that like Sonic the Hedgehog was 1991, and I want to say that came out around the same time as Super Mario World, which is a launch game for the Super Nintendo. Because like a lot of their
Super Nintendo was 92, I thought.
I mean, I think Sonic might have been out for a bit by that point. But like they had the advertisements where they were just putting Sonic the Hedgehog next to Super Mario World and just going like, hey, play both of these games and you tell us which one you like more, but we bet it's Sonic the Hedgehog. Which, no, it's not. Super Mario World is better than Sonic the Hedgehog. And I like Sonic the Hedgehog a whole lot, so...
Okay, Super Nintendo came out in North America August 91, so...
October 89? Or no.
August 89.
89, yeah, for the Sega Genesis.
In both cases, they were about a year earlier in Japan.
Yeah, this was still back when this were super staggered out, which has been part of what's fun trying to line all this stuff up and figure it out is just, again, like these first early generation of consoles, everything was kind of all over. Especially with the 7800, with that whole thing. God, that's a mess.
Well, the cool thing is, by delaying it out here, we got way better launch lineups.
We did, yeah. I don't remember off the top of my head what the launch lineup for the Sega Genesis was in Japan.
But, I don't know. It's probably just Alex Kidd and...
I
don't know.
But yeah, like Kid me, I probably would have wanted to get Altered Beast. I bet I would have wanted Gold Ghost, and probably at the time, too, I would have thought that, like, Space Harrier 2 is mind-blowing. I remember still seeing Space Harrier 2 as a kid and being, oh, I want to get that game. Just never did. Never played it until I was, my teens, I think. I eventually just emulated Space Harrier 2. I like it a whole lot. Space Harrier 2 is a good game. Yeah, I don't know. Sega Genesis launch is not that bad, actually, when you kind of think about like where video games was at that point in time, where like this is the first of the 16-bit consoles, and like they got a pretty good mix in there of just like, you know, a space shooter game, beat 'em up, a couple beat 'em ups, and like having at least a sports game and a couple platformers on there. Like that covers a pretty decent amount of ground as far as like genres at that point in time too.
I guess so. I think a lot of these games are real rotten. So, yeah, I'm not sure I would rank it that highly.
The start of the Sega Genesis, like the first year of like games on that thing are all really, really rough. Like even Shinobi, like that first one has aged poorly.
Yeah.
Especially when you compare it to like Shinobi 2 and 3, which are, well, Shinobi 3 is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you can definitely tell if you sit down and have played any amount of Sega Genesis games and you pop in like Altered Beast, you know right away that Altered Beast came out at like the start of the system's life cycle. Like there's a certain something about those original runs of Genesis games, other than them generally being kind of bad, where they have this very similar feel to one another. Like the graphic fidelity was all at about the same level, same with like sound quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like for that specific point of time, though, August 1989, I think that this was a pretty solid launch lineup. Even if the Genesis had way better games that came out like a couple years afterward. Like pretty much was around when the Super Nintendo came out, and they knew they had to actually like get it together and make some games that were more impressive. When the Sega got real good. But anyway, that's it for now. Next time, we'll be doing the Atari Lynx, finally. I know you've been waiting breathlessly for it.
Yes, finally.
And then I think, what was the other one that I had said?
TurboGrafx 16.
Yeah, that's it, TurboGrafx 16. Really cutting it close to Analog announcing that TurboGrafx 16 console also.
That's right.
Really serendipitous.
Get one of those. Play all your PC Engine CD games.
Yeah. Put Rondo of Blood in there, which I'm sure is a disc that costs a tremendous amount of money at this point.
Maybe.
I do think that's wild that they are putting disc drives into those things now, which I thought that they were not going to do. That is neat. I'm curious to see how good that thing is. I'm anticipating like reviews of it, even though I will never buy one. TurboGrafx games are probably expensive.
What would you guess a CD-ROM copy of Rondo of Blood costs?
Like $300.
Okay, you're a little over.
Really? $250.
$194.50 available now. Best offer.
Still a lot.
Yes, it is.
Great game though. We will review that on the podcast before the end of the month. Spoilers. Best Castlevania. But anyway.
Look at sold listings, generally around 200. So.
Well, that's it for now. We'll be back next week with a couple more. So. Goodbye. Goodbye forever, Evangelion. Bye-bye.